Guys, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is March 13, 2024, and welcome to the Grand Spanish channel. Alright guys, so we have some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share this video. And it says here, the state of Florida braces for a huge movement. We're talking about groups here, guys. Now, the country turmoil has forced many of these people to take the path by sea to flee to Florida shores. And we talked about this, guys. We have more breaking news updates, and I just posted this video not too long ago. Let me just bring it up really quick. And it says here, you have DoD officials reportedly are on high alert for a significant movement heading towards the sleeping giant. And again, guys, we did talk about this, and this is not no fake stuff. This is not clickbait. This is the real deal. All right, I just posted a video that we have more breaking news updates about this story here. So it's not only the state of Florida, it's the entire sleeping giant on alert. Again, DoD officials reportedly are on high alert. So once again, you have the UN warns that this region is on the brink as lawlessness and lack of services push the population to desperation. Excuse me, guys. It goes on to say that this land faces an unprecedented event. And I did post a video. This person here, he's the one that's causing it. So make sure you check out the video, the barbecue one. And a lot of people didn't click on that video because they thought I was talking about barbecue, like I'm cooking some kind of barbecue chicken wings and stuff like that. Guys, the video I'm posting are very important videos. This is the type of stuff that people need to be prepared for. And I'm posting all this ahead of time. The sleeping giant will see something. So it's very important to please hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe. And I will keep you updated on this story here. So Florida, look out. And I live in the state of Florida. The first thing my wife said, we need to prepare ourselves. Spiritually, we are prepared. But the Bible tells us that we have every right to take care of our loved ones. So eventually, we're going to prepare ourselves. You guys already know that we are entitled to the right to bear, you know what. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here. I just posted a video on Patreon. You may want to check that video out. You have experts sounding the alarm throughout the sleeping giant. Something's going on with the water, and they are sounding the alarm. So that link, Patreon link, will be in the comments box and also the description box. In order to access these videos, is $1 a month. Again, guys, that's the lowest of the lowest. It's $12 a year. So I'm posting video daily on my Patreon. No code words, and very, very, very important videos, stuff that we cannot talk about here. So I'm thinking about doing 2 videos a day on Patreon, and we will talk a lot about a lot of stuff that, again, we can't talk about in this one. All right, so it says here the events going on in that region could lead to a flow, a movement to the Sunshine State, forcing many officials to respond as the state has taken an increasingly hardline stance on the issue and as the House faces gridlock over the Southern policy. Look out, sleeping giants, please share this video. Florida lawmakers are already preparing. They're already preparing for the movement and warning that sleeping giant security could be jeopardized if the sleeping giant doesn't do more to help that region, though the land has rarely been a top foreign policy priority. All right, so Florida is getting ready. People's gonna be like, Louis, move out. Nah, I'm not gonna move out. I'm not gonna move out. We just need to put our faith and trust in the Lord. Again, the sleeping giant, everywhere you go, the sleeping giant is going to be impacted. So we are seeing it, guys. We are seeing something here. What in the world is going on to the sleeping giant? Ever since Mr. Byrne came into the spotlight, the man has created Twilight Zone. You guys ever seen Tales from the Crypt, the Crippler? Well, Mr. Byrne reminds me of the Crippler. It's like a scary movie going on here in the Sleeping Giant. Hello, kitties. That's the Crippler. He used to say that. So it says here the lawless gang have largely overtaken the island land, and many throughout that region face, when it comes to both, believe it or not, famines and pestilence, supplies and other issues. Now the event has led to the, once again he's not resigned, but he's no longer in the spotlight, put it like that. So his name is Henry. He's still in Puerto Rico, and yeah, he said that he's gonna step down once the land has a gov. But there's a man out there by the name of Barbecue. He said, we are taking over now. So again, guys, we're gonna see what's going to happen here, but I do believe there's gonna be a mass flow going on in sea, air, and land. What's that supposed to mean? Well, a lot of them are going to Texas region. A lot of them are on the boats heading towards Florida. And Mr. Burns is sending planes out there to pick up a lot of people. It's happening while we are sleeping. So again, there's been reports that over 300,000 to 400,000 has came by plane. Yep, Mr. Bird, you sneaky, you sneaky. So over the years, the Caribbean lands turmoil has forced many to take the path, 700-mile path by sea, to flee to Florida shores. People's gonna be like, man, isn't that very tough and, you know, not a good thing? They'd rather do that than to stay there and face the barbecue guy. So they'd rather be in the sea. They'd rather take that risk. So everybody's coming to the Sleeping Giant. The Sleeping Giant's being handed over to foreigners. The Sleeping Giant will fall. It will fall. I give it like another maybe 30 years, 40. It will fall. All right. So it says here, often landing in the Keys. Today, more than 276,000 who live in the Sunshine State were born in that region, including, you have some representative out there, LEFT, who represent North Miami. Amid the latest numbers in lawlessness, her cousin were displaced out of the capital, and she has friends who loved ones were taken and released. So the instability in that region impacts every of those citizens throughout the diaspora. It's something that weighs heavily on all of our hearts and creates a feeling of helplessness, because we all want to help and the path to a solution is not crystal clear, Joseph said, adding that the citizens out there were reluctant to rely on international intervention after the brutal Sleeping Giant occupation in 1915 and the situation by the UN. All right, so I never seen anything like this, guys. The Sleeping Giants completely just this goes to tell you that those that is running the Sleeping Giant are just completely messing everything up. And again, I'm not trying to be rude here, but it's like the older ones out there that's taking over the Sleeping Giant. It's like, I believe this would be like, you know, olders could take over the Sleeping Giant, become leader, but they have to be right in the mind. Mr. Byrne is just, he's only a face, all right? Someone else is pulling the string, all right? I believe it's the 44th, all right? So OBAM, you know who. All right, so the Sleeping Giant representative, Shayla, she's the one that sounded the alarm a couple of days ago. All right, she's warned in a press conference Monday that if the Sleeping Giant failed to act, then it would create a big boo-boo here in Florida. Now, the sleeping giant has pledged to provide $333 million, but again, during a House Armed Services Committee hearing yesterday, Rebecca, a top defense official, acknowledged under questioning from, we talked about this over at Grand Supreme News, Matt, that federal officials are anticipating the possibility of maritime policy groups. I'm just going to skip their names. On Wednesday morning, Florida Gov directed Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida State Guard, and state law enforcement to send 250 more. Look at that. You have soldiers and others to Florida's southern coast to protect this, Florida. He also had them send more than a dozen air and sea craft vessels, saying that Florida continued to supplement the under-resourced Sleeping Giant Coast Guard interdiction efforts. Florida is deploying a lot of forces now. See what's going on? Oh, Lewis, that's clickbait, Lewis. Oh, Lewis putting out fake stuff. Oh, I told you, they coming. And you've been warned. Now go change the channel. Go watch Happy Days or something. If Lewis putting out clickbaits, go watch Happy Days. All right, so we cannot have certain group coming to Florida, he wrote in a post on X. Once again, the Gov office blamed the 4-6 as part of its announcement that it was sending reinforcement. Once again, you have this group feel empowered to enter the Soviet territory of the Sleeping Giant because of the federal G refusal to diligently enforce our policy laws and protect the integrity of the southern region. An announcement from Ron office said, when a state faces the possibility of invasion, it has the right and duty to defend its territory and people. But don't say that, because Mr. Byrne, he gets cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. A large-scale event could push Ron to work with the 4-6, whom he frequently criticizes on this issue. Just over a year ago, as unrest continued after the Miami linked the 2021 takeout of that land leader, Ron declared, you guys already know, a state of emerge and activated the national, after 130 of these people and 500 Cubans arrived in South Florida. Tens of thousands of those group at the time also tried to cross into the Sleeping Giant's southern region. Ron has made it clear through his policy that Florida won't welcome these mass groups. He successfully sued the 4-6 over the southern policy, deployed national to the TX region, and relocated the groups from TX to blue states like NY and others. He also signed one of the harshest measures into law, making it harder for many to work in the sunshine if they live here illegal. Once again, Joseph accused both Florida and national right of villainizing, I truly apologize about the word, the groups and using them as a scapegoat. A humane and legally accurate result, she said, will be to process people's claim rather than just trying to send them back. Once again, nobody wants to leave where they are to come to some place that may not be welcome to them, this person said. They leave because something very wrong is going on at home. Well, who's responsible? Why are those groups walking around with Sleeping Giant equipments? Who gave them those equipments? They have drones, they have Sleeping Giant GUN. Who gave it to them? We're supposed to have a Sleeping Giant leader that's supposed to stop these things from being in the hands of those groups. But no. Let's send all these stuff. And most of these stuff is not even going to the yellow and blue country. It's going to like certain black markets and all that. And it says here, if we're honest, a lot of the instability that's going on in that region is a direct result of intervention and failed policy by various countries, including the sleeping giants. Including the sleeping giant. The sleeping giant is at fault. The sleeping giant's the one to blame for all this, all of it. No, Lewis, it's the one from those land, those leaders from those land. No, it's a sleeping giant. Period. All right, so this is where we at right now, guys. Your sleeping giant is going to see a lot of things. And once again, the sunshine just declared a warning alert. So again, this is where we at right now, guys. Please share this video. I will keep you updated on this one here. So again, Florida is like one of the biggest one. Also, the video in Grand Supreme News. You have other officials are saying it's not only Florida, but the entire sleeping giant. Be prepared, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, for those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path. And that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.